Hi guys, CodeTutor here and my name is Anil Deshpande. In the previous video, we tried to understand some of the theoretical aspects of how location works in Android. In this video, it's time to move further and try to understand how it's actually implemented. To get started with, we will not be concentrating on accessing the location in the background, so we would not be using access background location permission. With that in mind, the first thing that you have to do is whenever you create Android app, you have to have the necessary permissions declared in the manifest file. So in our case, we will be declaring access course location and access find location in our applications manifest file. And then you will have to use certain Android APIs which interact with the Google Play services. Now the question is, which are all those APIs? The first thing that you will come across when you start exploring geolocation in Android is FusedLocationProviderClient. It is this particular API which works as an entry point for accessing the location for the application that you are building. And it is this particular API which interacts with the Google Play services behind the scenes. You personally don't have to deal with the Google Play service directly. It is Fused Location Provider Client which interacts with the Google Play services. And to use this particular API, you have Google Play service version at least 11.6 or above. So this particular API, Fused Location Provider Client, will get you location. But what is the quality of the service? I mean, what is the accuracy and the interval at which we are getting the location? Well, to define these parameters, we use another API called as LocationRequest. This LocationRequest is used to define the service parameters that you want to pass on to Fused Location Provider Client so that it can get you the location based on those quality of service parameters, which basically means how accurate you want the location to be and how often you want this location to be updated. Is it every 5 seconds, every 5 minutes, every 1 minute? These kind of aspects. Okay, now we have the location provider and the request which defines the quality of service. What else do we need? Well, now comes some of the callbacks that we would be using in our code. The first thing is location callback. This particular API has got methods like onLocationAvailability and onLocationResult, which basically tell us whether the location is available to be used in your application, and if the location is available, what is the result. And then you have OnSuccessListener with the method onSuccess, which is a callback when you successfully get the location from the Fused Location Provider Client. And then you have OnFailureListener with the method onFailure, which basically tells why the application failed to get the location, so that on these callbacks you can take an appropriate action, which could be like showing an appropriate message to the end user. The final aspect is how the locations are being reported. For that, we have another API called as location. It is this particular object which has latitude and longitude. Other than that, it has got many other parameters like altitude and the time at which this particular location was obtained. We will explore all of these APIs and how to use them in your application to create a basic location access mechanism in our Android app. So I'm going to show you the application which we will be building. So I have created this application called as Geolocation Demos. So this is how the UI looks like. You have two buttons. One is get location and stop location. And here we are showing latitude and longitude. Let's just see what happens when I run this particular application. When I click on get location, it basically asks for the permission because these are dangerous permissions. So you basically allow, and then you can see in the logcat that now I am getting location available and we get the latest location, that is latitude and longitude. And you can also see that I am getting callback every almost 5 seconds with result either as location result is available or unavailable depending upon whatever the situation is. And why is it every 5 seconds? Because I have defined the interval as 5000 milliseconds, which comes around 5 seconds. So this is just a glimpse of the application that we will be building. In the next video, we will get down to hands-on coding of this particular application. So stay tuned. That brings us to the end of this particular video. Don't forget to like, comment, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care. Bye.